Hey guys, this is just a follow-up from the last seminar, kind of a check-in to see where everyone's at. You know, some tips to maybe hit your goals and, you know, any questions that you guys might have. It's a good time to check in with me and I can kind of help you on your way. I think there's 3 more weeks left for the challenge.
Yep.
Correct? Okay.
Like a month,
Still lots
actually.
of time.
Yeah.
About a month, yeah. So there's still lots of time to make a huge impact in your fitness goals. So just to kind of go over a review of what we talked about last time. Remember, our goal is to track calories with MyFitnessPal, or if you have another app that you like, you can do that. I'll track calories. So. Okay. Number 2, track your macros. Again, macros are your protein, carbs, and fat. Okay, those were super important. However you set this up, my recommendation was 40 protein, 40%, 40% carbs, and 20% fat. That's a good goal to start with, and then you can kind of tweak up or down from there. Number 3 is your protein. Just to kind of go more into protein, your protein goal is about 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram of body weight. That should be your goal as far as building muscle and maintaining muscle mass, okay? Any questions on that so far? Are you guys tracking are you using MyFitnessPal?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah, the TDE thing, I'm not tracking that. I have a number of calories in mind.
Okay.
I'm doing like about 1,500 calories a day.
Okay. Okay, good. Yeah, and this is the most important thing. So, you know, if this is really hard for you to do, try and just be consistent with your calories, right? Something else that we didn't really talk about last time was supplements, right? Supplements can be important too if you're having a hard time getting this stuff in. So supplements would be like protein powder for shakes. I get questions like, which is the best one? You can do collagen protein or whey protein, or if you're, you know, vegetarian or lactose intolerant, pea protein, plant-based protein is fine too. That's gonna be really good to help you kind of hit your protein goal. Because sometimes it's hard to just eat a lot of protein because it's meat. And so you might feel like, okay, this is really hard to get in. How do I get this in? That's gonna be one of your best friends as far as getting protein in for the day. Amino acids. So there's BCAAs, which is branched chain amino acids, and there's 3 essential amino acids in those. They're really important for like muscle recovery. So it's good to take post-workout on top of getting in your protein in your post-workout meal. Essential amino acids, really quick, it's not gonna be a science lesson, but there's 9, and they're amino acids that our body doesn't produce. We produce 11 amino acids, and so BCAAs are really good, or even EAAs, because that will contain all 9. BCAAs is only 3 of the essential. So I know we have amino BCAAs here that you guys could pick up if you want. That's really good post-workout. And then the last one that we didn't talk about was creatine. You can get this from eating protein. It's great to take as a supplement. It really helps not only with recovery, but our muscles use ATP for energy, and it kind of helps recover your ATP quicker, so it can help with performance, especially in CrossFit. So getting a few more strength reps in, quicker recovery, and helping to build muscle. So those are some good supplements. I think we have creatine here too.
Yep.
Yeah.
The question on the creatine. So is it normal to see that your body retains a lot of water when you
Yes.
start taking creatine?
Yeah.
Is it normal?
Yeah. you'll retain water, but depending on how much and how often you're taking, because it also like pulls water into your muscles. That's water weight, so you might see like a change a little bit on the scale as far as water weight. But if you were to do the in-body scan, did you guys do your in-body scan at the beginning?
Before the.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah.
And then where does the metabolism play a role? Like I know that people are different. I can eat a little more than what she can eat.
Yep.
So how do we identify what's the
So,
type?
men can generally they have better or higher metabolisms just because they have more muscle mass, generally speaking, and less body fat. So higher metabolism. Everybody's different, and we're all built differently. Your basal metabolic rate's going to basic, which I think that the in-body scan gives you. Last time I was talking about finding your maintenance calories. So maintenance calories can be like your BMR plus whatever your activity level is on top of that. So it's how much, including your activity level, you can eat every day without gaining any weight.
Okay.
So I've been working with Beth. We're kind of trying to find out what her maintenance calories are, or just kind of find a baseline. So the quickest way to do that is if you've been tracking, see where you're at, like an average of your calories every day, and then from there you can gradually increase by about 100 calories a week. And if you haven't gained any weight, doing like a weekly weigh-in, you're gonna finally hit like a plateau. Once you start seeing gains in weight, then you want to drop back down to what you were at the week previously. So you could only be eating 1,500 calories, but your maintenance calories might be 18, 19, 2,000. So you don't want to feel like you're necessarily depriving yourself. And then once you find those maintenance calories, if you want to maintain, you can stay at that. If your goal is weight loss, then you can start dropping back down from there, right? And like about 100 calories a week is good. It's not great to do like a 500 calorie drop all of a sudden, but then you'll start seeing weight loss changes. So, yeah.
And then if you come to the last class, like 6:30, for example, and then you finished up around 8 o'clock, is it okay to go back, have some dinner at that late night, or late in the evening?
Well, how late at night are you talking?
8:30.
Yeah, that's fine. Generally speaking, you don't want to eat a couple hours before bed because
But is it okay to not have food after the workout?
what to have after workout?
Nothing, like just take protein and sleep, is that okay?
Yeah, ideally you want to get definitely protein in, and then some carbs would be great to just replenish your glycogen stores in your muscles. So carbs and protein, ideally. It doesn't have to be a huge meal. That's why if you're working out late in the day and it's almost too late to just eat a full meal, do your protein drink. Like Beth and I have those Fairlife protein drinks that we like to get at Costco, and Carrie drinks them too. They're good. It's like a chocolate milkshake or whatever, and easy to just get that in. So yeah, you kind of have to make it work with your lifestyle. A lot of us are on the move and we can't really do a ton of food prep. Ideally, we would be food prepping all of our meals. And sometimes it just takes some time management to do that, and you can get better at that over time. But there's definitely some quick fixes that you can do to get this stuff in. So, yeah.
What do you think about spot reduction? Like if I want to focus on a specific body part, like a tummy or thighs, is that even possible, or does it have to happen gradually?
You can't spot reduce, so your body will take fat from wherever it wants to. One thing you can do is build muscle. So you can build muscle to change the way your body looks. So if you think about like a bodybuilder, somebody might start off with smaller arms or shoulders, but you can build that muscle on to kind of change your physique and widen your shoulders. You can build your lats, which will kind of make your waist look a little bit smaller. But when you lose weight, when you lose body fat, your body's going to take it from wherever it wants to. So people think like, oh, if I do 1,000,000 sit-ups, I'm going to get a six-pack. Well, you might have a six-pack underneath all the body fat, but if you don't lose the body fat in that area, you're not going to get a six-pack, right?
And usually the belly's like last thing to go.
Yeah.
Because like it's you'll thin out more like your face, your arms, and everything, and then and then it kind of goes to like your trunk, your butt.
Because protecting kind of your organs and stuff, and you know, so it lacks fat in this area. But yeah, I mean, everyone's built differently. Kind of, if you wanted to get into that, there's, you know, different body types. There's like the apple, the pear, the, I don't know what, food related triangle, I don't know, stick. So, you know, a lot of that is gonna come down to like what your body type is. But this here is like your formula to get to your goal, because really, hormones can come into play, and that's something that you would talk to your doctor about. But generally speaking, if this calculation is correct, you will lose weight, right?
Yeah.
And it really boils down to being diligent about tracking. So every single thing. A lot of people will kind of skip out on putting condiments and stuff down. Obviously, if it's 0 calories, like I think yellow mustard is 0. But I think sriracha actually is like 15. There's sugar in that, so if you use a ton of that, it could be very minimal, and it's in the grand scheme of things, it's kind of trivial. But all of that stuff will add up and could potentially add up to an extra 100 calories or 115 calories a day. Mayonnaise. People like mayonnaise. It's really easy to go overboard on it, because I think it's 1 tablespoon, it's like 90 calories, and a tablespoon, just like peanut butter, is not very much. So it's really easy to go way overboard on that stuff. So I try and get like lower fat versions of stuff if you need more of it, because that'll help save you on calories. Drinks. If you want to eat your food, keep your drinks 0 calorie. So, you know, water or other 0 calorie drinks. Yeah. Because that adds up really quick. People that have smoothies and they go to these smoothie places, it's great, they taste good, and there's probably lots of healthy stuff in there, but it's really easy to go 800 to 1,000 calories on a smoothie. So if you're gonna do that, that's like 2 meals of the day, right? So that's something to keep in mind too. If you're gonna drink your calories, you can't eat them. So definitely important to track.
Yeah, it's like literally like a science and math. It's like if you don't have the results that you want, it's generally because you're not outputting more than you're inputting, and you're inputting too much. So it's like it boils down to that, hands down. Again, and it might have some kind of hormone issues, you know, like she was saying, but still, like it's all about eating.
When your goal is like heavy weight loss, like, you know, 10 pounds, 15 pounds, technically you have to add a bit of a cardio to it, like running, walking, all of that.
It helps.
Yeah, but when you do that, I generally notice that there could be a muscle drop.
It definitely will.
So how do you think,
Yes.
Are you talking about retaining muscle mass?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. So getting your protein in is key to kind of maintaining your muscle mass. But when you lose weight, you will lose probably mostly body fat, but a lot of times you will lose some muscle mass along with that. So you might see some changes in your strength. Like, I'll give an example of me doing my bodybuilding competition. So, you know, getting down to a very low % body fat, I lost a little bit of muscle, and so coming back, I wasn't as strong as I was when I was at just like a maintenance weight.
But how? So you were still very strong.
But as soon as I reverse dieted and I put some weight back on, some fat back on, I came back way stronger, way better at CrossFit. Because in the end, I did put on more muscle mass than I had started with.
Well, and even after one of her shows, she was in a CrossFit competition like the next day.
Yeah.
And so she was still lifting heavy and very active. And so, you know, when the in-body scan shows a muscle drop, I always ask someone, like, do you feel less strong? No, I feel stronger. Great. ignore that, like keep doing what you're doing, and like keep refining things to then lose weight and body fat. It's really hard to gain muscle and lose body fat. They're like two forces always going against each other, and so you almost have to give up a little bit on one for the other if one one's more important. But generally, even if it shows some muscle drop, like you're still lifting in here and you're still strong and getting stronger. And so, but when you're eating less and your body's changing, there's I guess less energy to have that output. If you eat big, you can lift big, and so when you eat less, it's gonna be harder to lift big, but you're still strong.
Yeah.
And putting on muscle takes a long time. So, like this challenge is 8 weeks. Obviously everyone's goal is not only to lose weight, but to put on muscle mass. And that's a hard feat to achieve unless you're brand new, but it can happen, but it's gonna take a lot of time, right? So you have to give yourself consistency and time to start seeing like increases in muscle mass. So
and like perfection in like your like gym attendance and your eating to have those actual big results, right? Like if you aren't eating perfect, then your actual output won't be like perfect. If you aren't getting in here a lot, then you're not going to be getting as strong. And so, and it's hard to eat perfect. It's hard to be like pristine in it, and so that's the tough part.
Yeah.
I know, but you're here and that's perfect. But I want you to leave here today with like some ideas and like some things to actually take with you, rather than just like some facts on a board. I want you to like feel like you have things that you can start doing, and so ask her.
Yeah, no, I mean, I remember the last year you held up a nutrition seminar, and we basically spoke about the calculation, the TD and all those parameters, how you calculate the macros, customize it for your scan result.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what I wanted to do.
Yeah. So what's your BMR?
I don't know, I'm checking.
And so we'll kind of base it off of that, but also Emily has a lot of input too, as far as like it could be that you're eating not enough. Like I don't live in that world, so I can't even.
Not enough.
I never miss a meal.
I don't know about 12
I get this like I have to like lock myself in a room to miss a meal.
Yeah, that's the TD.
I don't know how this thing works. Do you know where to find?
Yeah. 1328. And so what Emily talks about, that your body burns every day just to function at rest.
Yeah.
And so Emily wants you to track for like a few days and then average out three normal days of what you usually eat.
Okay.
Kind of not worrying about the actual BMR there, but just kind of averaging like 3 normal days that you like felt good, you were eating normal and everything, and then you'll find that average, and then kind of figure out where you need to be based on that. Maybe that's actually like a perfect average. Maybe we actually drop it 100 calories every week to like start seeing results. But rather than just starting at 1300, which is like pretty low, like it might be a shock where you might be doing that a few days, and it might be 2200 some days because you just like there wasn't enough food, and then your body's like just jumping around, and so
which can affect your metabolism too. So like consistency will be the most beneficial thing for you. But yeah, you might actually be even though that's your BMR, you might be able to lose weight and eat about 1600 calories, right? When you're tracking though, I always tell people don't count your exercise. I don't know if you've done that in your MyFitnessPal because it'll tell you earned extra calories, but we tend to overestimate. I think with your guys with the Whoop, it'll tell you exactly how much calories you burn.
Probably really close, but it's
close.
Still like
But still, it's still a guesstimate, and we usually try and. Most people tend to overestimate how much they're exercising and underestimate their calories, and then then the math is off here, and then it's gonna make it really hard for you to lose weight. So if you're consistently working out, you know, that's including whatever your,
Yeah, the calories.
yeah, so just track your calories. Don't worry about your exercise, and just try and be consistent with the exercise, but don't use that as not an excuse, I don't wanna say excuse, but just as something to add calories to your day.
Yeah.
You just wanna do the math with your calories and keep it simple, and add or subtract from there.
And so Emily's here because she's nicer. Me, if someone was actually talking to me and saying, I'm doing great, but I'm not seeing results, I would say, like, cut the crap. Like, you know, where are you not eating well? You know, where are you eating too much, or not tracking, or actually cheating too often, right? And so, but you're saying that you're eating about 1,500, which is probably a good place to start.
Yeah.
And so, like Emily's saying, like track like everything. And she's saying we usually underestimate how much food, and so I would
Because
start.
I don't put in the salad dressing in my.
Oh no way! So it's already at 1,800.
Yeah, salad
Oh my
dressing
God.
will get you.
Terrible.
Yeah. So it can fluctuate that much, especially if you aren't like even measuring out how much dressing you aren't adding that,
If you're
and you're not
eyeballing
measuring
it, it can easily double the amount,
Yeah,
right?
true.
And like she's saying with mayonnaise, one tablespoon could actually be 2.
Yeah.
And like peanut butter, 1 tablespoon
Yeah.
could easily be 2 by accident, and we're eating like 400 calories rather than like 200. And
Yeah.
so, that, and I mean, it could be that you're actually eating, you know, on average 2,000 every day, and it's too much, and that's why we're not actually seeing results. And so, you know, all of our videos, it's like track your food, and it's like the most like chalkboard kind of thing to do. It's like
Yeah.
just like tough to do, and it's annoying, and it's like just hard, but it's very important. Yeah.
And then it just becomes habit. It's like if you're not used to doing it, it's very hard to do initially. Beth's done a great job since this challenge. We've been working
Yay.
together.
Yeah.
We do weekly check-ins, which is good because it kind of gives you accountability. We can talk about how the week went, where we can change things, tweak the food, what to eat, you know,
And
so
I
that's
think-
been really great.
I think one of the best things is like when I'm cooking, I used to like drizzle the olive oil in the pan, and Emily's like, use the spray, and it's like way less oil, like,
True.
and it's really hard to hit the 20% fat goal, like if you're using oil,
Going-
like anything
going-
like
yeah,
that,
going
it's hard.
low enough,
I just add too much.
Yeah,
So the spray oil has helped me
yeah,
kind of.
that's what I
Yeah,
use.
that's a good one.
Because it, you know, you don't need that much, but when you're drizzling, it's easy to
Yep.
over drizzle.
Yep.
And I've also started, like last week, I started adding my food before, like I'll add all my food for the whole day at the beginning of the day.
Yeah.
And then if
so-
I overeat, I have to remove
Other
and I
things
don't
and-
get to eat my granola or
Yeah.
something. Like I can tweak, and then my macros might be off, but I'm still able to stay kind of close to my calories. So that's helped me in the last week.
Yep.
Yeah. Have you guys heard about Emily's like monthly program and stuff? So she's offering 1 month or 3 month kind of like nutrition support like plans where you actually talk to her every week. She'll help you make meal plans, right? And
Yep.
like kind of, you know, build things out. And so like just like no pressure at all, but just like with
If you need that extra
and
support.
I mean, with you wanting results and like always like doing challenges and like never getting very far, or like having good results and then like, you know, going back, like it might be good, you know, just like hiring a personal trainer, like hiring a personal nutrition coach for like a month to you know, to actually get your mind right, to get your plan set, and so that you guys can you know, both be on like the same mindset and like have like a really good foundation, just to kind of amp that up if you're not able to do it on your own.
Got it.
Just so she's now doing that for members, and Beth's doing that.
And it's helpful
a
when
few
you're
others.
eating something and you're like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell
Yeah.
Emily.
Because we talk about, yeah.
Is
what
it
did
worth
you
it?
do?
Okay.
Yeah, and it's good. I
She
mean, it's
doesn't
like
yell at me.
Yeah, it's like a confessional.
It is. She's like my food therapist.
Yeah. Me? Yeah, and we talked last seminar. We talked about cheats and treats and whatever the heck you want to call it. It's fine. Yes, you can do that. Track it. This might be blown for the day. That might be blown for the day, but you don't have to blow that. So we were talking about banking your calories. So you can go out if you know you're going to go out to dinner and you're like, oh my god, I'd love to have this steak or this, shrimp scampi or something that's 1,000,000 calories. So you're just going to be smart when you're eating throughout the day, maybe smaller meals, like a lot of protein, not a lot of fat. Still track, but make sure you're saving that 800 to 1,000 calories for your dinner, but not blowing this totally out of the water. You'll still see results. It's okay to do that. We don't want to do it all the time, but you have to live life and, enjoy life. No, like I said last time, nobody here is doing a bodybuilding competition, so you don't have to be perfect. But you do want to do the best you can to try and stick with this, and ideally all 3 of those. But you can have fun too. You can have your ice cream or whatever. You just have to track it. And so like what Beth was saying is like planning ahead and putting your food in for the day gives you not only a plan, but then if you kind of overeat something, then you can go in and tweak it and cut your later meals down so that you can still stay within your calorie goal.
That's just helped me last week.
So if you guys have questions, like text me or Emily, call her too. She can do even a free consult to like talk through like what she would do with you guys if you were interested. So we're trying to like make all these opportunities possible to like so that you can like push through where you're stuck.
Yeah,
I think
sounds
so.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Nice job.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Okay.
Beth, anything?
Thank you. Oh, I did have a question. 1 minute. The creatine, are there is there any timing issues about those supplements? Like you want to eat the protein, like
Honestly,
does it matter?
no.
Or does it just build up in your body
I
over
would
time?
take it, like I used to instead of doing BCAAs after, there's some research if you look into it that like having an intra workout is good. You can't really do that with CrossFit because, if you get a sip of water in, great, but most of the time we're just going hardcore till the end. That's more ideal for like weight training sessions, before or after. During
There's
is
no,
fine. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I used to get unflavored creatine and I would drink it just in my water while I was working out. Yeah.
I put it with my pre-workout.
So you take it before.
And I'll take BCAAs afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
But you can mix them all up, right? Like you could mix creatine.
Some
and
people put
protein
it all
powder
in
and
at
put
once,
all in
shake
one
it
and
up,
shake
and
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little chalky when it's like plain, but I mean, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what I've heard too is that like it takes like a good month or month and a half for it to get like for it to actually be working in your system and actually have your body used to it. Just like a lot of supplements too, like magnesium and things it
doesn't work right away.
takes time for your body to actually process and use it. And so yeah, just doing it often enough, you have to do that for a good kind of period of time to actually have it be working.
Okay.
And so yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for coming.
I'm gonna take a